We're going to make a few videos about different applications, approaches for quadratic equation problems. I'm going to start with the I'm thinking of a number category of problem, and you'll quickly understand why I'm calling it that. So our first example problem is the product of two consecutive even numbers is 90 more than 3 times the sum of those numbers. All right. A lot of this type of problem initially is just figuring out what the heck it's saying, because it's talking about numbers using words in a way that may be unfamiliar. But let's just simplify it. So we have a product, and so we know we have a product, and we know that it is 90 more than 3 times the sum. So if we say minus 3 times the sum, we will have 90. So the product is 90 more than 3 times the sum. We could have also written it as product minus 90 equals 3 times the sum. That would also work. So I'm going to go ahead and organize this. So I'm going to first deal with the product of the consecutive even numbers. So my first even number we'll call x. I'm going to make a product. My next even number is 2 more than x, because all even numbers, if you go in a sequence, it's a plus 2 plus 2. So x plus 2. So that's my product. And then I'm going to subtract 3 times the sum of those two numbers. Well, my two numbers are x and x plus 2. So that's my sum. And now that all equals 90. Now it's just a process of simplifying it and then using our tools. So let's get the product first. X times x plus 2 is going to be x squared, because x times x is x squared, plus 2x. And then I'm going to be subtracting. I'm going to simplify this business first. So 3 times x plus x is 2x plus 2 equals 90. And then I'm going to further simplify it. X squared plus 2x, and I want to distribute the negative 3 in this part here. So minus 3 times 2x, so that's 6x, and minus 3 times 2 is minus 6. That all equals 90 still. Now I'm going to combine all like terms. So the only like terms I have are these linear ones, 2x and negative 6x. On this side, I also have a 90 out here and a negative 6, which I'll deal with later. But I'm going to start by combining 2x and negative 6x. So x squared, 2x minus 6x is negative 4x, so minus 4x. And then minus 6 equals 90. I'm going to, now I have options. I could try completing the square, in which case I would take half of negative 4 and square it. So half of negative 4 is negative 2 squared. And I need to figure out a way to turn that into 4. So if I added 10, that would work. So I'll do that. So x squared minus 4x minus 6 plus 10 equals 90, also plus 10, because I have to add something, do it to both sides. So this becomes x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 100. So now I get this, I factor this perfect square over here. X minus 2 squared equals 100. And then I get the square root of both sides. So x minus 2 is the square root of that side, and plus or minus 10 is the square root of the other side. So now I can solve both of those. So I can say x minus 2 equals 10, and x minus 2 equals negative 10. And solving the first one, x minus 2 equals 10 becomes x equals 12. So for my first option, my numbers are 12 times 14. Okay. So that's my two numbers. If I solve this other one, x minus 2 equals negative 10, I end up with x equals negative 8. Okay, and so now I've got negative 8, and my two numbers would then have to be negative 8 and negative 6. And then you could go through and test this all out, see if that's true. So negative 8 times negative 6 is 48, and 3 times negative 8 plus negative 6. Okay, that's going to be 48 minus 3 times negative 14, and 48 minus 3 times, so 3 times negative 14 is going to be negative 42, so that's going to be 48 plus 42, and that does equal 90. My second option, I've got 12 times 4 minus 3 times 12, 12 times 14 minus 3 times 12 plus 14 equals 90. Let's see if that's true. So we got 12 times 14. Well, 12 times 12 is 144. I add an extra 24 because I've got an extra two 12s. So 144 plus 24 is 168. So I've got 168 minus 3 times 12 plus 14, which is 26, equals 90. Let's see if that's still true. So 168 minus, well, 3 times 26 here. Get that 90 over there. So 3 times 26, 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus the 1, so that's that. And 168 minus 78 does equal 90. And we have solved this. We have two options. We have 12 and 14, and we also have negative 8 and negative 6 are our solutions.